Hey, hi guys, welcome back. All right, Virgos, first off, thanks so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you. I will be doing something a little extra to celebrate the holidays. I'll make an announcement about that as the week progresses. I'll probably bring that out probably on Friday is when I think I'll make the announcement. That gives everybody a little bit of time to get through the holiday and it's time to start celebrating. So anyway, stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I have a bridge backdrop for a reason. I feel like we need to take a look at, we're kind of ending this year. We're going from 2025 to 2026. And this is also a time where we might think about, a wrap up. We might be thinking about what do we still want to do with this year? What kinds of things do we want to bridge in our own life? Whether this is relationships, families, work related projects, what are we carrying into the next year? What are we already done with? So we start with the world and we have the Ace of Cups. Um, and we're in ancient Greece here. So Greece is very near and dear to my own heart. So I've spent a lot of time there. So it's very lovely to see the Acropolis there. But that could give us a location. But with this world card, Capricorn energy, this is a chance. It's not even just about bridging thing. It's about doing things completely like with a new set of eyes. If there is, bridging the ancient, the past with the new and having a new cycle, it says, I think Virgo is only taking things with them that they absolutely love with that Ace of Cups. They're keeping the parts of their life story with them and they are bringing it front and center. So we could have somebody revamping something. This could be at a small level. It could be Virgo is pulling out their old favorite outfit and they're like, can't wait to wear this again this year to the Christmas party. Or this is Virgo, pulling out old music that they used to love and they're just like going through a nostalgia period. And they're like, oh my God, this is old, but it's new again to me and I'm just digging it. This is about what things from my past have I loved? Let me give that all new life. Sometimes we think that we have to start a whole new life and, we got to go out, buy new furniture, get a new haircut, get a new this, get a new that. Otherwise, we can't start fresh. And that's not true. Sometimes we need to, say, what is it that I have loved that still has so much in my life that I love about it? What can I bring forth? I'm definitely thinking we have like, what's Virgo's favorite old pump up music? There could also be, oh God, what is her name? There's this incredible piece of music, and it's not Ravi Shankar who I'm thinking of, although right now I'm hearing some beautiful Ravi Shankar music as well. But and Nora Jones, his daughter, is fantastic as well. But there's God, it's gonna drive me nuts. There's a female singer that has done some beautiful kind of like music that is more specifically like chants and Devi. God, her name, I can see her face and I can hear her music so well. I want to say it's Devi something. Kumal. I'm so sorry. I'll have to double check. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, please drop that in the comments because amazing singer and some of the most soothing music. So I don't know if somebody's bringing back soothing music right now. Maybe it is something that has a connection to like the Eastern, like Indian culture. It could be something that is, very much, to like open up chakras. It could be something to do with healing. But if Virgo's bringing that into their lives right now, it is because it brought them great peace. And that is the other thing with the Three of Swords. This Virgo, what they're bridging is the gap between brokenheartedness to the things that have helped me heal from broken heart and pain in the past. And I need to bring that back so that I don't walk into next year with any kind of hurts. This is right now, it's a time to acknowledge, I think, that we're crossing a bridge into our next chapter of life. And let's only bring the best stuff from the past. And that means how have I healed from other things that have been sad? Oh, I remember. I think Virgo has like a little, I'll say, bag of tricks, which makes me think salt and pepper. I want to shoot. Yeah, let's reach back into Virgo's bag of tricks because I think Virgo knows how to heal something, to heal a heartbreak and a wound, because Virgo has lived enough life to have done this before. They know what works for them. It could be a combo of like meditation. It could be a combo of things like yoga, of listening to like sound energies and sound healings. It could be taking trips or reading about ancient history or getting immersed in, like maybe somebody binge watches the sword and sandal films. I'm thinking like Troy, and just, getting caught up in other things that take your mind off of a heartbreak or a hurt. And then we also combine it with Virgo moves forward. Virgo literally brings positivity into their world, focuses on good things, and that is how they get over heartbreak. And then they can walk away from the heartbreak because their life is so full of other more satisfying experiences. So we definitely see Virgo being done with a heartbreak at this point, or concentrating on that's what I'm going to do as I exit this year and go into the next. That's the bridge I want to start crossing right now. We have the High Priestess. So now here comes Virgo stepping. By the way, the northern lights are very visible here. Now we see our Virgo stepping in to like a sacred space. We also have the white stag here. So I keep getting a lot of spirituality for Virgo, but Virgo is fully embracing their like spiritual sense of, like, maybe Virgo needed to acknowledge that they have quite a gift. They have a gift of, connecting to the cosmos. They really do have a powerful gift of being connected to the divine and sensing and hearing what the messages are. And I'm wondering if Virgo is fully like embracing that and saying, okay, I want to go more into that energy, more into the gift. Oh, we have the sun sideways. Definitely the High Priestess is also a very sensual card, and Virgo might be saying, I am a sensual being. I experience the world in many layers. I experience the world through my sixth sense. I experience it through my intuition. I experience it through sights and smells and sounds. I feel like Virgo is very good at watching someone's body language, hearing the intonation in their voice, just simply picking up on someone's like if you see somebody who suddenly deflates, or you see a flash of irritation, or you just feel their energy. I mean, I will say Virgo perhaps has an almost, we'll say, animalistic level of intuition, right? And I always think animals are much more like powerful and intuitive than we are, because we rely on communication, and they have, not that they don't have their own communication skills as well, but they certainly aren't bogged down by a ton of vocabulary necessarily, not quite the way we are. Instead, I can watch Aries and I can see he is taking in so much around him in a way that would be lost on me. I trust my dog very much and his instincts if there's, potential predator or something around, as we've been out hiking before by ourselves. And, I trust when I see him go into full alert, there's something that I need to be alert to also, but he sensed it long before I did. But I feel like this Virgo has that level of awareness of others and others' energy. And I think this is Virgo saying, I'm going to bridge that gap now. I'm going to walk through that threshold, and I'm going to embrace that, and I'm going to enlighten it, and I'm going to step into the weird mystery of the talents that I possess. And I think, if anything, I always look at the pyramids as the focal point of mystery, but it's also, some say that they were built, in the perfect alignment with the stars, and therefore it was to channel energy from the cosmos into Earth, or vice versa. I almost feel like Virgo's like, yeah, I think I'm a conduit. I think I'm going to embrace that now. So how is this going to impact Virgo? Let me just ask that, because if this is what they are welcoming into their world right now, King of Pentacles, Hanged Man, I think Virgo is going to be able to like embrace their intuition more clearly than ever before, letting go of some kind of past sorrow and heartbreak, basically becoming a new kind of empath. Virgo was obviously already somebody that feels things deeply, right? But if they're letting go of a past heartbreak and they are stepping into their intuition, but as a like cosmic channel and as this very intuitive and like powerful instinctual gift that they possess. It is going to help our Virgo really take direction in their life. It could also help Virgo understand when when to Kenny Rogers their way through life, right? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. I almost think Virgo is going to have an uncanny sense of what is coming in the future and how to navigate it and when to pause. Um, Almost like, and this could talk about how Virgo's like success and wealth unfolds as well. This could be a Virgo saying, I have, I really have learned how to listen to my gut instinct on, you know, when to like invest my time and my energy with somebody or with something and when not to. I just can feel this is the way that I want to progress. This I can confidently, develop, or this is not something that I should develop. I think Virgo is definitely sensing like the direction and the flow that maybe society will take or that the world will take. We have a Nine of Swords. All of this, I think, is helping Virgo to navigate stress. Like, I think in the past, Virgo's always been trying to make the best choices, wondering if they're doing right. I think now they're going to be able to say, huh, how interesting. I've always known, pause if you don't see the way forward, or gather the right information, have your intentions of what you want to do, but God, I don't know, will this work? I think Virgo's going to have a lot more self-confidence moving forward because of that powerful intuition. And I do think that Virgo knows already, maybe they've always known each step in their life how things were going to actually play out. I think this is a Virgo who's done many things in their life, had the experience. It didn't necessarily always work out to perfection, but it was still experiences Virgo had to have because of who they are. They wanted to have the experience. They wanted to pursue that just to say that they did it. And I think now this is a Virgo who's like, oh, that's right. I do listen to my intuition. But now Virgo wants to make real traction in their life. Two of Swords. There is one thing in Virgo's world that they have felt blocked from, and they haven't known how to get around it. And now they're going to have the answer. Moving forward, Virgo's powerful intuition and instinct is going to help them to figure out how to avoid a bunch of ruckus and avoid getting into the fray, and how to sidestep and be very successful. Seven of Swords. How to avoid liars as well. Some things are not worthy of Virgo putting their investment into, their time, their energy. And that could talk about lovers, that could talk about friends, anything. I look at abundance as many things. But we see Virgo recognizing like something doesn't smell right. No, I definitely don't trust this. And I don't want to get into a tussle about it. I just am going to pause and not take action and then let things play out. And I think Virgo's going to discover that they're right sometimes. If they, letting people show their hand seems to be a great skill that Virgo is developing, especially into next year. Okay, this kind of feels amazing. What about in the realm of love? With all these changes and the things that Virgo is like walking across the threshold with, we have a Three of Cups. The hurdles in love are pretty much over. Mountains, represent obstacles. If Virgo had to get over the mountain to finally have love come into their life, oh, it's absolutely beautiful. We've got the Empress here. Empress energy. Granted, this is Libra Taurus, but this is also the person who is married. This is the person who runs the empire. I think Virgo has known many hurdles in love, has had possibly many disappointments, and maybe has known people that were untruthful, because a lot of this, if we put this whole picture together, what it says is Virgo has learned to trust their instinct because they always know where they can rely on something and where they can't. And when they ignore that is maybe when they end up in heartbreak. And I think this is a Virgo saying, I realized that was my biggest thing, is I can read people really well. I can read intentions really, really well. And I think as far as love goes, I think Virgo is, there could be somebody that Virgo would like to, connect to once more. This could be somebody that Virgo was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this, or, I put them in the friend zone. And maybe in truth, this is somebody that Virgo knew on down the road would be a magnificent partner for them. But this could also just say the way Virgo now handles romances and relationships is like they don't look at them as like, oh great, here we go. I'm going to spend, years trying to figure out who somebody is only to then discover that they're liars. I would argue in this story, deep down, Virgo has always known who they could trust and who they couldn't, maybe like very, very swiftly on down the road. And if they look back, they might be able to say, I did know, but I kind of still insisted that, there's no way I could know. There's no way I could know how this thing's going to play out. I haven't gotten to know the person yet. And while typically I would totally agree with that statement, this storyline is not a typical storyline, admittedly. This is about a fictional Virgo who is incredibly intuitive, incredibly instinctual. And the only thing that they were going astray on in the past is they weren't listening to that instinct, that intuition. And now that they do, now we see them having an easy time in love. They'll sidestep the individuals that are like, oh, I can already tell that's not my person, or no, I can already tell that's not somebody I can put my trust in. Why? Because my gut tells me. I don't think, and we go back to having like a really powerful animal beside Virgo here. I think Virgo has needed to be able to trust their discernment in a way that they didn't used to. Maybe because Virgo is an analyzing sign, maybe they would overanalyze what their gut told them right out of the gate, and then they'd talk themselves out of their intuition. And now Virgo doesn't do that anymore. This is going to greatly impact this particular Virgo's love life because we see Virgo headed for a real relationship that will be lasting. We have Strength card, the Tower, and the Ten of Swords. No more bad love stories, no more bad romances. I think Virgo is really ready to be, like, first off, unafraid of love and romance, completely able to say, oh, I can tell when somebody is head over heels in love with me, and I don't second guess it and sabotage it. I don't have any ego about it, but I also know where there's a strong bond, and I no longer have to fear relationships that are going to cheat on me, lie to me, because I don't pick those ones anymore. And when I can tell somebody cares about me, I don't worry and, second guess and overanalyze and imagine that, yeah, but what if this doesn't work out? This is a Virgo who has very strong convictions now that I'll be able to tell who my person is. And I don't have to be like worried about endings and fears about what if love breaks my heart? What if there's more problems? Look, every relationship can go through problems, but I almost think maybe this is going to be the first time ever that Virgo's headed into relationships that are really going to be lasting, stable, strong, powerful. It just feels really, really solid for Virgo now. That's kind of an exciting, if this is the bridge that Virgo is crossing, this is how this year has changed them. And bear in mind, we're at the end of a year of the snake, and, coming into February is really when we move into the year of the fire horse, right? So as we've got a couple months to do this wrap up, but I just thought it would be nice to do kind of a bridge story. So, all right, you guys, thank you for being here. Thanks so much for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I send you lots of love. Bye, guys.